So I talked to my doctor this morning, first thing actually. I addressed my concerns about my sore throat. I believe it's because of the medicine, and there's some psychology behind why they do what they do. And he wouldn't talk to me, he wouldn't give me answers. When he went to go explain something, he wrote down a math equation on a bit of paper. But all he wrote was 2 times 3 equals 6 times 1 equals 6. So I don't understand what he meant by that. I have phoned the nurse's line on other days, and they told me they didn't know, because I'm taking Clopixel. They said they didn't know what Clopixel was. And that, makes absolutely no sense. It's on Google, but they said it wasn't on their network or whatever. So obviously they're playing games, and here I am with a sore throat. Now I understand this is probably playing the world's smallest violin here, and nobody cares because there's a lot of other people in a lot worse situation than me. I got some nice stuff. I got access to good food. I have a good paying job. I just got these new glasses. I don't know if anyone noticed or not. Made in Italy. So that's kind of nice. But the sore throat and kind of living. I don't want to say in the closet because that's more of a homosexual kind of connotation. I'm not that way. Yeah. But I am in a bubble, and nobody enters my bubble, and I don't leave my bubble. So it's hard for me to properly, have a normal sort of lifestyle. Yeah, with this whole mental health thing and the way they've treated me, they can't be surprised that I'm having Conan the Barbarian moments where I'm going, Grom, grant me revenge, and if you do not listen, to hell with you. I mean, they can't be surprised about that. Like, it's not rocket science, people. They're being assholes. And I don't think their treatment plan is the best one. I have bad rapped obsessive compulsive women in other videos, only slightly. I think it's okay for them to be a little bit obsessive compulsive about certain things. That's perfectly normal. I think it's healthy to be obsessive compulsive about some things. Like, there's just some things you do not take no for an answer. And I get that. And if my mental health team and this hypothetical girlfriend that I don't actually have didn't want me to drink, I won't do it. But with the way mental health's approaching me about it, by simply abusing me, that's how it is. I don't have some way to put it. That's just the way it is. It really hurts, and nobody cares, it seems like. I don't have a hoarse voice or anything like that, so you can't visibly tell. I think my neck is a little bit puffy, though. And yeah, you can see it's a little bit red there, too, and that's not because I've been scratching it. My dad noticed that, too, when I'm having when I'm a little uneasy, is that my neck gets red. And that might have something to do with the medicine. I'm not entirely certain about that. Also got a cough and things like that. In an earlier video, I had mentioned that I'm quarter lox clam, or lax clam, is it easier to pronounce. which is good because they have an amazing history. They're very cool people. But the thing is, I'm rather white. So, I'm a white Lox Kalam with a status card with free medical. Which sounds good, but what if it's actually a curse? What if it's not a good thing at all? Because the thing is, it's no secret. Mental health used to be very racist, and they still are. They experimented on First Nations people, various medicines over the years and things like that. Very abusive. The thing is, the Lox Clams are paying for my medicine, so me being the white Lox Clam, they probably go, well, you gotta earn your way to the top, and therefore, we don't care that you're in pain. And I go, but what did I do? I didn't do anything. This, like I said, there are better ways of going about this, not drinking alcohol thing. I understand you don't want me to do it. In the future I don't plan on quitting it altogether, but, managing a bit better, I'm open to suggestion. I am willing to listen to other people's ideas. I just, I don't think it's right to abuse somebody for years and years and years. And that's clearly what mental health's done, and that's their MO. That's how they go about doing things. It's every day for them, and there's something wrong with that. Something wrong with that whole mentality. It shouldn't be acceptable. I mean, if you just talk your way out of these problems, it saves a lot of aggro. There's no reason things can't be rationalized, and people just act accordingly. I understand there's some lost causes out there who they don't see the light, and that's too bad for them. And I'm in no position to make any assumptions about that, because I don't know anything about that sort of stuff. That's not my situation. My situation was, yes, I was a little bit mental unwell when I first went into hospital 6 years ago, but did I deserve 6 years of mental health, which was not pleasant, and 3 years of very unpleasant mental health when that's when my sore throat started happening? Absolutely not. No, I did not deserve that. I know from my perspective, I have no idea what those cheesehead doctors said about me, but I guarantee you there's a thing or two of what they did say which wasn't true. Now, to get them to admit that is a whole other story. I'll probably never figure out how to do that. How to get them to admit that they were wrong about certain things. Not to say everyone in mental health has been cruel or unkind to me. Some of them have been very nice. In fact, I think one woman from years ago actually up and quit because she couldn't stand how mental health operated anymore. Last I heard, she was camping or something like that, or traveling, or I don't know. So I guess that was kind of decent of her. Yeah, so it's not all bad, but I feel like Conan the Barbarian, man. I've been pushing that wheel for so many years that I did not care anymore. Life, death, all the same. Well, maybe not exactly like that. And I'm not very good at my Arnie impersonations, but it's one of those things I'll work on. Because he's a cool dude, man. Life wouldn't be so bad if I didn't feel sick. I could distract myself from these conspiracy theories, because they're starting to get to me. Starting to make me feel cold. Even in this warm house with this hoodie on, I feel cold. It is raining outside, so that probably has something to do with it. Um, um, hmm. Yeah, well, what else have I got to talk about? It's got to be interesting. I gotta, captivate my audience somehow. If I even have one, I don't even know that. I think I do, but these trolls are tricky things. I don't get them. Ugh. Oh, next hockey project. I saw it. Oh, and it looks so nice. It's a Brett Hall Dallas Stars jersey. I want the one when they won the cup. So the question is, do I want Mike Modano or do I want Brett Hall? I think I'm leaning towards Brett Hall. A lot of people like Modano a lot. I do too. But just a little bit of that controversy, and it's a real cool looking jersey. It's a little bit controversial. I mean, I don't know much about Brett Hall, but when he scored that goal against Dominik Hasek in the Stanley Cup Finals and won the cup for the Dallas Stars, that was a piece of history. And I would like to own some memorabilia from that timeline. Because you can buy these things on eBay, and they got their tags on them still and things like that. Of course, it was probably made a year ago, and it's just been sitting in a warehouse. But that don't matter. It didn't have to be made that year, back in the late 90s, when they won the cup. Anyway, so there's that. As a little hobby of mine. I sure hope this this girlfriend wouldn't even know what to do with one of those if one of those came into my life. I don't know. They're strange. They're pretty looking, but like, what do you talk about with them? Do they like hockey? I should hope so. It's such a cool thing. Yeah, I think one of those would be more beneficial to me and my health, as far as if there's a general consensus that they don't want me to drink anymore. I think having a woman there saying you cannot drink is more effective than doctors giving you medicine that makes you sick. Is it really unreasonable to ask for such a request? When I told my psychiatrist this, he said, I have no power over that, blah, 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 blah. And maybe you don't, but you do have power about giving me medicine that causes me pain. You don't have to do that. I mean, look at me. I'm fabulous. Of course I could get girlfriend. How dare you? How dare you assume that I'm incompetent and able to get a girlfriend? Yeah, I'd have to think of things to talk to them about, and I'd have to ignore certain subjects that are very interesting to me. But I'm not gonna say what they are, because that just it can make things slightly awkward when talking to the fairer sex. You have to get to know them a little bit first before you get into anything serious commitment. So talk to them about Lord of the Rings. Seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to talk about. I mean, I could go on for hours and hours about Lord of the Rings. What other things could I talk about for a while? I kind of want to shift off of conspiracy theories, at least for a little while, because I had a reaction to the medicine I took earlier as far as the thoughts in my head. Because I think they tinker around with the medicine. Because I don't feel exactly the same each time I take it. It's very subtle, so like there's nothing definitive for me to point out and go, that's what I feel different about, this is that, that's this. But there are very subtle differences. And I did notice little things in my psychiatrist's behavior and things like that. And he was actually the one who administered the medicine. That was the first time ever my own psychiatrist administered medicine to me. But I'm under the belief that, well, a little bit of conspiracy theory. Possible. It's entirely possible. I think if you make YouTube videos like I do, and you've made enough of them, and perhaps some people watch them, and maybe they're a tad controversial, if they don't like what you're saying and they can anticipate it, they can shut your computer off just like that. Because, I mean, my computer's old, but it's got a really good motherboard to it, so I'm getting more RAM any day now. I ordered more, so that should help alleviate the problem. But it's connected to, it's connected to the internet. It's connected to a power source. It is totally possible somebody on the other end said, "Hey, wait a minute. I've decided I don't like the way your hair looks. Therefore, I'm pulling the plug. Your whole program's being shut off." There's within the realm of possibility. You don't know what these tech guys can do. I don't know what they can do. I can only guess. So, yeah. I don't know. Well, I did have another video that I have on my computer. Well, it's just the audio with another picture. A very simple task, but will my computer cooperate? No. Tag controversial. It says bad things about mental health, so could be a while before I'm able to upload that one. Might redo it. We'll see. Yeah, so well, I think I'm gonna watch a bit of TV. Psychologically, I still want to drink, but I know it'll just do me no good. Like, I've had this very, very tiny glass of cider for about 6 hours. Not for not wanting to drink it. It shouldn't cause me any harm at all, really. But with this medicine I'm on, it fucking hurts. Like, when I had dinner today, I was trying to eat mashed potatoes, and it was just like, it was really hard. And these mental health goons, it's like, don't you want your patients to be happy and productive members of society? Instead, you want to make them miserable and disable their ability to properly operate in normal conditions? I don't think it's about mental health. I think it's a power issue with you people. You don't have to be mean to be in charge. You don't have to be authoritarian. You just have to be persuasive. And, you know, when you go to speak, you speak from a logical point of view. And you know, you don't have to be an asshole. You really don't. Anyway, I haven't talked about anything specific in this video, so probably leave it as is. The thing is, if I felt better, I would make so many more videos, because I find it to be a lot of fun. It's very therapeutic for me, and it's a big pick me up. Of course, you never know what creep is watching you, but that's okay. I'm a tough guy. I'm Conan the Barbarian. May not be so smart, but I'm you see where I'm going with this. So, yeah, talk to you guys later. Have a good night.